Hi beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Alexis and I am about all things beauty, glow up, and just manifesting your best self all around. And today we're going to talk about how you can rebrand yourself for 2025 and become an absolute different person where you will be unrecognizable. Because girl, I want you to level up so hard that you're going to have to reintroduce yourself again. This video is mainly for my girls who have been feeling stuck, who have been feeling stagnant, and really just want to elevate to a whole nother level, or maybe you just want to shift your life in a whole nother direction. So if you're ready to rebrand yourself into the most highest version of yourself, stay tuned. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. First, I want to say I absolutely love rebrands. I think rebranding your life is so important, and I think it's so fun because every day, every decision makes us a different person. Before you know it, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, and you have literally manifested everything around you based on all the decisions that you have made and everything that you have done, making you who you are today. With that being said, who you were in the past or who you even were yesterday, girl, does not mean that's who you have to be tomorrow. Also, feel free to rebrand yourself as many times as you need to, okay? If you follow me on Instagram, then you know I'm always vouching for this because I am seriously on my 7th life right now and I am loving it. I think this one has to be like my best life yet. If you are feeling like you are ready for a new life and you want to switch gears, then girl, go ahead and start that rebrand all over again. For your foundation of rebranded, think about who you want to be. Think about your higher self. Think about what you want to be known for. Literally write all of this stuff down. For me, with my latest rebrand, I want it to be more known for class. I want it to be more known for natural hairstyles, softer makeup, and more modest outfits. When people thought about femininity, that's what I wanted to be known for. And people who actually already knew me, they knew that I've always been big on this type of stuff anyway, but I really wanted my exterior and my presence to reflect that. And so now that you've imagined who your higher self is or who this rebrand version of you will look like, or even what you want to be known for, create a style to reflect this. And this can be in so many different ways. Your style can be maybe all neutral tones. It can be more of a monochromatic look. It could also be somebody who adds a pop of color or who matches colors together. It can be somebody who goes for that Barbie brat full glam look. It can be also somebody who goes for a more natural look. But whatever resonates with you and your higher self and what you're trying to represent, I want you to get this niche down. From the outfits that you wear to how you wear your hair, even to your makeup. And a lot of things that I tell you guys I go through for myself. So for me, mine was transitioning from the IG baddie. I'm talking about long 25mm lashes, baby hairs all curled up, 40-inch weave, see-through bodysuit, a whole IG baddie aesthetic, into a more softer and feminine approach. So I gave the wigs completely up, and now I wear my natural hair out, and I did relax my hair as well to make my hair more manageable for this identity that I wanted to take on. I also gave up those long lashes, and now I mostly wear mascara or I wear half lashes. Today I have on half lashes, but just something that's a bit more softer. I've always been into full glam makeup. Even today I have on a full face. This full face took me about an hour and a half, but it is a softer look. And even down to the clothes I wear, I made my color palette more neutral tone. So I wear a lot of black, white, grays, and navies. And then every now and then I will do a pop of color, maybe like a silk pink dress, maybe like a vibrant chartreuse green sweater. But I mostly wanted to focus on the neutral colors. And again, every now and then add a little pizzazz in there with that pop of color, since certain colors do look pretty up against my skin tone. And so when picking your style, also take your skin tone into consideration, especially if you want to add pops of colors, or even if you want to go all neutral. Think about those neutral colors that really make you look radiant. You really want to take on this identity full on. Even if you're just going to the grocery store or if you're going out with your friends, you want to really step fully into this identity. With me, it took me a little minute. I started with the lashes, got gone with the lashes. I then gave up the lace fronts and switched over to closure wigs, but it still wasn't sitting right with me. So don't beat yourself up if it takes time. It took time for me to get here, but it's so crazy because I've stepped so much into this identity and this is who I am now. Like when I look back at pictures of me 2 years ago, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was me. Even like when people see older pictures of me, they're like, oh my gosh, like that was you. It's just so nostalgic sometimes looking back, but it took some time to get here, okay? And then sometimes depending on how hard you are rebranding and how much you are leveling up, it can take you the whole year. Again, it took me about 2 full years to get where I am now. Again, because I wanted to transition my complete outside appearance, but also my inside as well, like my mindset, how I talk, how I deal with confrontation, all of that. And we can go into transitioning like your mindset and leveling up your mindset in a whole nother video. So your wardrobe, your makeup, and your hair, you want these to be staples. You want these to be signature looks for you. And of course, you can have different versions for your most glam days. You want to have different versions because not all the time you're gonna feel like showing up as your higher self 100%. So you also wanna have those lazy day styles as well. And this also comes down to makeup. So I have a more everyday soft glam that I use. Especially if you watch my other videos, then you know how big I am about putting yourself together, even if you're just going to the grocery store. So I have my lazy day makeup, especially as a woman, when we have that time of the month and we're on our menstrual, we're not gonna feel like it. But even like my sweatpants, I order my sweatpants from a certain brand so they look very, very nice and they're not just like some oversized sweatpants that literally look like that I just rolled out of bed. So again, just make sure that you are having the 3 different styles. One being like a lazy girl style, one being like, okay, more so it can be for every day, and then one being more glammed up. Next, you want to rebrand your routine. Girls, you know how big I am on this, especially if you watch my other videos. Having a morning routine or just a routine in general is so crucial to leveling up. Even if you just want to level up to your best version, or even if you want to level up to be a millionaire, whatever it is that you want to do, if you're trying to get to that next level, you need a morning routine, or again, just routines in general. I always like to say is think about the highest version of yourself. Think about the woman who you dream to be. What does her routines look like daily, and how can you start incorporating that in your routine now? And something that's a non-negotiable for a rebrand, especially if you're trying to level up, is girl, you need to get your behind in the gym. Even if that's working out at home. Now that it's cold, I do a lot of my workouts in-house. Girl, I go right on YouTube and type in maybe full body home workout, no equipment needed. And there are tons of free workout videos, so you don't always have to like go to the gym, but start making your health a priority. Watch what you're eating. Start cooking more. Please, girl, 2025, start cooking more and start working out more. And just those 2 things alone will be life-changing, I promise you. Even like a lot of people who are financially doing well, very successful people, they're always in shape as well, because that really helps your mindset. That really just helps you look good, feel good, and show up as your best every day. If you really want to start being the best version of yourself, start working out. That is like the ultimate form of self-care, is treating your body good, feeding your body home cooked meals. Again, there's YouTube. If you don't know how to cook, watch some YouTube videos. Watch Cooking with Jai. She gonna get you right. Just start feeding your body some home cooked meals, and even just going for a walk every day. Again, eating right and exercising is the highest form of self-love. So if you don't know where to start with the rebrand, even if you don't even know just yet the type of woman that you desire to be, if you don't do nothing else, start having a morning routine and start cooking more this year and start working out more this year. And I promise those things alone is going to change your life. Another way to rebrand your life that's really not talked about much is having healthy emotional habits. And with me being a Scorpio, with me being very, very feisty and just like a little spicy. I had to do this, and this took me a while. That's why I said my rebrand took almost 2 years. It took over a year, especially because I was rebranding from the inside out. So with rebranding healthy emotional habits, one of my tips, something that I did for me, was when I felt a certain type of way, instead of immediately reacting, I would give myself 24 hours to think about it. Because have you ever been mad and you and somebody are arguing, like you are like pissed off, right? And then the next day you're like, dang, it wasn't even that serious, or dang, I didn't have to say that, or dang, it wasn't even that deep for real. Why did we do all of that? That happened to me way too many times. Maybe it's because I'm an empath and I'm so emotional, and I'm a woman at that. Like I am literally an emotional creature. So it's like I feel everything. Like the way somebody talks to me, I swear it's not just their tone, I'm feeling their energy as well. And sometimes in the moment, feelings are not always facts. So I had to learn to stop reacting. You give up so much of your power when you react to so many things, when you get all worked up. So having your emotions in check is really, really important. Journaling is something else that really helped me have my emotions in check and helped me have healthy emotional habits. So journaling a lot, writing down my feelings morning and night. I'm not saying you have to do it every single day, because sometimes I'll miss a day, sometimes I miss 2 days, but whenever I will feel a certain type of way, I will write this stuff down. Even if I wanted to fuss somebody out, I would go in my journal and write a whole letter. And it's so crazy because just getting it out feels really, really good. There has been times where I am texting and somebody said something crazy to me, and instead of reacting, instead of a long paragraph like going in, I will go to my notepad in my phone and write what I really, really, really wanted to say, and then just sit on it for a couple hours. And then by the time I go back to that notepad and reread that whole paragraph, I'm not sending this. I am not sending this. I know it might sound crazy, but these are the things that has helped me not become a reactor. And then doing this consistently has helped me to not even get out of character so easily. Now I'm not so quick to just react. I actually take the time and reflect, so then I can respond as the way I would want my higher self to respond. And truth be told, having my emotions in check was actually one of the biggest level ups I could have done, because doing this improved my relationships with men by 100. Mind you, I didn't really have men problems as much. Like, you know, like, of course, we're all girls, we all have men problems. But just improving the way I communicate and the way I reacted versus responded really, really improved my relationship with men, and making it easier for me to get what I want without having to, you know, get out of character, yell or fuss or anything like that. I haven't had to yell or fuss at a man in over a year, and I just love that. And I'm still able to get what I want, even if they're not even doing what I want them to do, and I want them to do what I want them to do. There's a way to go about it without all the fussing, without all the yelling. Again, it's all in how you respond, not how you react. Let me know if you guys want a video on that, because I would love to go into detail on that as well. And not only with men, but this also helped my relationship with my friends. Now that I'm able to communicate in a better way, I am able to have stronger connections with my friends, because we're able to talk through it. And then even some of my friends who also didn't know how to communicate, them seeing the way that I now handle our conflicts, or just if something comes up in general, seeing the way I handle it now, I am now helping them become better friends, and that's making our relationship just stronger in general. Learning how to handle your emotions in a positive way, being able to communicate better, will literally make all your relationships in your life 100 times better. For this 2025 rebrand, something that I want you to do is to learn a new skill, or just learn more in general. Maybe read 5 pages a day. Maybe like set it where you read 1 to 2 books a month. This can also be fantasy books as well. You reading is also expanding your mind, or these can be books on helping you pick up a new skill. Maybe you are reading books on how to start your own business, on how to sell things online, or even maybe how to get into tech. Someone who keeps learning is unstoppable. Find a new skill that will make you money. find a way to just keep learning. With me, I'm really into self-help, so I just love finding books that are just all about mindset and glow up and becoming the best version of myself and femininity. And sometimes we know these things, but sometimes like we kind of like forget them, or they're so far in the back of our head that when we reread something, it's like, oh, that is right. So sometimes we do need to go back to the basics just to become better at something. So let's just say, even if you have a business, an online business, and it's doing great, start reading books and touching up on your skills. Become a student that never stops learning. Once you stop learning, you become stagnant. You literally become still. And everything that's still is stale. And I don't want to be stale. I always want to be learning, especially with the world changing so much. There's always something more to learn, and it's always good to expand the mind. I said this in my last video, but I also want you to do this with your rebrand as well. Find more time this year for you and start putting you first. Do you hear me, girl? Start putting you first. When you really start putting yourself first, you find your power again. And when you find your power again, everything starts to revolve around you. You're no longer chasing these men are chasing you. You're no longer trying to find friends and forcing friendships. All these amazing friendships will start coming to you. You're no longer chasing job opportunities, business opportunities. Opportunities start busting down your door just by simply putting yourself first and showing yourself the most highest form of self-love and self-respect. So even if you're overwhelmed with work, with family, whatever it is, find more time to yourself. Even if it's just finding one day a week to do something that you truly love. You truly love, or even if it's just spending time to yourself, to read a book, to write in your journal, to take a bath and listen to your favorite song on replay over and over again. Find more time this year to put yourself first. When somebody has a certain level of self-love, it radiates from them. That person can literally walk into any room and be the star in any room just because how she simply loves herself. And I am just so big on that because I've seen girls who are maybe my size or a little bit bigger than me, and they hate their body. They complain about their body so much. They're so insecure. And I mean, trust me, we all have insecurities. Trust me, we all do. But you can still have confidence. So I've seen some girls who have no confidence and they're just my size or a little bit bigger, or I've even seen some girls smaller than me with no confidence and they have no self-love for themselves, and they just reap of that. They reap of like needy energy, they reap of no self-love, they reap of insecurity. So when they walk into a room, you can automatically tell how they walk, how they are talking, and even how they are communicating. You can just tell. But then on the contrary, I have seen women who are 2-3 times bigger than me, and I love seeing these type of women. They walk into a room and they are automatically the light of the room. Their confidence radiates, their self-love. Like, you can't tell this girl nothing. Everybody is automatically attracted to her. Okay? Everybody wants to talk to her. Everybody wants to take pictures with her. Everybody wants to know what she's doing. The men love her and all her curves and everything. Again, it starts from the inside, not the outside. So this year, I want you to find more time to love yourself, spend more time with yourself, learning yourself, and show yourself more respect, and again, just more love. So you thought about the higher version of yourself. You thought about what you want to be known for. You've changed your look completely. You've planned out your style from your hair to your makeup to your wardrobe. And you start having a morning routine, whether that's walking, going to the gym, or just doing home workouts as well. You're cooking more this year. You're learning more healthy emotional habits and better ways to handle stress and conflict. You're finding more ways to learn and expand your brain. And last but not least, you're finding more time for you and putting yourself first and loving yourself more. That right there is the most simplest way to rebrand your life. These things are so simple, but so life-changing. And it's so crazy because I read in a book one time that that's why it's so hard for people to rebrand or change their life, because they overthink everything. If you really want to rebrand and level up in the most biggest way, you start with these small things that I just mentioned. It's the small things that will change your life forever. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to wait until you get a better job or get more money to rebrand yourself. You can do all of this rebranding right now, Miss Girl. I want you to show up and be the best version of yourself in 2025. I want you to have to reintroduce yourself to your friends, to your mama, even to your man, maybe. I don't care where you come from or what has happened in your past or what you have done in your past. You can be a totally different person tomorrow, and that is okay. And there are going to be people in your life trying to remind you of who you were yesterday. They're going to try to remind you about what you did last year, about what you did 5 years ago. That doesn't matter. I want you to have a knowing in your heart that that higher version of yourself does exist, and you can be her no matter what they are saying. Them people, they're only going to be saying that just because they can't wrap their head around the fact that you were once like them and you have blossomed into something way more beautiful. So let that be a reflection of their own insecurities, but have nothing to do with who you are and who you are becoming. I love you girls so much, and I pray you guys have a beautiful rebrand for 2025. That's all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, especially if you enjoy content like this. Also, don't forget to stop by in the comments and say, hey girl, hey, or have any questions. You guys know I love yip yapping with you guys in the comments. I love talking about all things makeup, beauty, leveling up. If you guys have any questions or want me to dive deeper into certain topics, also leave those in the comments as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.